Hi, my name is Grace O'Sullivan and I'm a Green MEP for Ireland South. It is my view that peatland restoration is critically important for the EU. We have the European Green Deal, which for the first time has put the ecological crisis at the top of the political agenda where it should be. Two key aspects of the European Green Deal are to tackle both the climate emergency and the biodiversity emergency, which are the two very interlinked and mutually reinforcing crises. Peatland restoration is so crucial because it helps us tackle both of these crises, and for me, as an ecologist, that makes it a really satisfying solution. From a climate perspective, we know that peatland restoration leads to significant reduction in greenhouse gas emissions, which approximately 1/3 of the world's soil carbon contained in peatlands. When we are seeing the stark effects of climate breakdown all around us, we must use strong natural capacity of peatlands to save carbon. At the same time, the fact that peatlands offer a unique habitat for diverse species of flora and fauna means that their restoration is crucial to achieving the aims of the EU biodiversity strategy, which I strongly support. Peatlands support an exceptional range of plants, birds and other animals, which are often found nowhere else, making them habitats of extraordinarily high nature value. As we face the sixth mass extinction, it is a no-brainer to make sure our peatlands are healthy. In Ireland, we need to restore our bogs to save the beautiful but sadly threatened species of birds like curlews. Peatland restoration can also potentially provide an opportunity for local communities to engage in nature restoration activities, which is strongly encouraged in this UN Decade of Ecosystem Restoration. For Ireland, there are a number of peatland policy priorities. First and foremost, we need to develop capacity for a framework to encourage carbon sequestration and other ecosystem services for peatlands. As part of this, we need to update the National Peatland Strategy, building on the existing partnerships between state agencies, communities, landowners, policymakers and academics. Extensive engagement with stakeholders is key to the success of this strategy in order to ensure the acceptance of restoration projects. We must also enhance knowledge about peatlands in Ireland through research and education. Here I would like to commend the excellent research and work being carried out on peatlands by NUI Galway. Policy priorities are usually toothless unless they are supported financially. We need money to achieve our aims, and that means setting aside budget every year specifically for nature restoration that ensures a just transition. Peatland restoration cannot just be part of the CAP. It must have standalone financing that supports organisations and communities associated with peatlands. Lastly, but certainly not least, Ireland needs to enforce the rules we already have in place. That means strictly enforcing environmental protection regulations in relation to peatlands. I strongly welcome the proposal for an EU restoration law from the European Commission. It is one of the only legislative initiatives under the European Green Deal that deals specifically with biodiversity crisis, and it has been proposed because we need it. We face ecosystem collapse if we do not take urgent action on nature restoration. Together with my Greens EFA colleagues, I intend on supporting ambitious targets for all ecosystems in the nature restoration law, including peatlands. However, the Birds and Habitat directives have shown us that good laws are only as good as their implementation and enforcement. The EU nature restoration law must therefore have a robust governance structure that ensures proper implementation and strong enforcement. All in all, I hope that we will end up with an impactful new law that heals nature while working for people and communities in all corners of the EU.